x1, y1, x2, y2, and I write the slope. I always write the equation or the definition if you want. And I plug them in, negative 6 minus 1 over 3 plus 4, negative 4. The top is negative 7, the bottom is 7, the answer is negative 1. Are we in agreement with negative 1 for the slope?
Yep.
Okay, so then I have y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1, where the slope is negative 1. I'm going to use this point. I put negative 4 under x1 and I put 1 under y1. So y minus 1 equals negative 1 times x plus 4. It's minus minus 4. I distribute negative x minus 4 but plus 1. Simplified form from here, y equals negative x minus 3. What does this represent? The equation of the line passing through the given ordered pairs. And now, yes, I'm going to ask you, can anyone give us the y-intercept in an ordered pair format?
He means like negative 3, 0.
The other way around.
0, negative 3.
Exactly. 0, comma, negative 3. Remember, the y-intercept has to have 0 for x because it's on the y-axis, whose equation is x equals 0. Perfect. I want to talk about this a little bit before we go ahead and solve it. Let's suppose, I'll come back in a second. Let's suppose you are giving me this function. And you ask me, what do you see? What does this tell you? And here's my answer to you. This expression or function tells me this. When I look at this function, this is what I see. What does that mean? It means this. F of whatever the pattern is, whatever squared plus 1 over 3 times whatever plus 4. If you say whatever is 0, then I will put 0 all the way. If you say the whatever is 4, then I will put 4 all the way. If you say it's negative 4, then I will put negative 4 all the way. So this is what the function is telling me. The function applied to the variable x is the variable squared plus 1 over 3 times the variable plus 4. So now coming back to this function, if you ask me what does this say to you, I'll tell you this. It says blah squared plus 12 times blah. And blah can have any form. In here, the blah has the form of 3. And here the blah has the form, I have to be very careful, of negative 5. And here the blah has the form of 0. Oh. Okay? So understanding what the function is telling us is very important, because otherwise I will not be able to simplify it, I will not be able to evaluate it, I will not be able to graph it eventually when we get to that, and so on and so forth. So by the order of operations, I have to square first. I have after that to multiply 36, and 9 plus 36 is 45, and I'm done. Can anyone give us the ordered pair that we just determined for this function when x is 3? We did that a minute ago with the other graph. When x is 3,
Y is 45.
exactly. We plugged in the function, the x value, and we calculated it, and it was the corresponding y value, which is 45. Very good. Is that clear? So on the graph of any function, let me go back to the one we had right here. If I say, I'm talking about this point, I'm going to call it point A. If I say x is 10, what would you write as the y coordinate? F of 10, right?
Yes.
If I say x is x, what will you write as the y coordinate? Of course. This is absolutely crucial to understand. At every point on the graph of a function, we'll always have x, blah, whatever you want, but the y coordinate must be f of that value. So if this is 10, this is f of 10. If this is little a, this is f of little a. If this is 1500, then this is f of 1500, and so on and so forth. Very important to remember that. Good. So now, finally here, by the order of operations, this is 25, and this is minus 60. And what do I get?
35.
Very good. Please give me the ordered pair that we just determined for this function. If we were to graph this function, I already have 1 point, and this will be the second point.
-5, -35.
Yes. X comma f of x, that particular x. And here 0 squared is 0, 12 times 0 is 0, 0, 0. Can anyone give us the ordered pair that we just determined here?
0,
0,
0.
0. Any questions? Any questions? Let's look at the system and graph it as a review from 4.1. Okay, on page 256. I would like to look at problem 17. Y equals 2x. 3x minus y equals -2. We're asked to solve the system by graphing. Of course, we're not going to do it by graphing initially. We're going to do the algebra, get the solution, and then we're going to show the graphs. Okay, let's work on this. Let me know if you get stuck or you need help, please. What will you do first? Can anyone put us on the right track? I will replace or substitute.
0.
Replace negative y with 2x.
Exactly. I replace y in the second equation by 2x because they are the same. When I say to you y, I mean 2x. So I'm allowed to replace this y by 2x. Can anyone dictate the new equation after we replace y by 2x?
3x minus 2x is -2.
The left-hand side is?
X.
Now, that's not good enough. What do I have to do next?
Plug that back into that top equation,
And I get,
-4.
right. Do I trust this? No. I will when I see it, right? So, -2, -4, -2, -4. I check both equations. The solution has to verify both equations. 2 times -2, is that -4?
Yes.
Check. -6 plus 4 minus minus. -6 plus 4, is that -2?
Yes.
Check. So now I know for sure that that's the case. Now I'm ready to graph because they want me to graph. Fine, I'll do it. But first I do my work on scratch paper so I don't have to waste my time. Good. So y equals 2x. When x is 0, how much is y? What is left here?
Also be 0.
Of course. What is the ordered pair?
0, 0.
That's it. Well, it happens that the x and the y-intercepts are both in the same point, so I have to make up another. I can't find another x or y-intercept. There's only one. At the origin, it crosses both the x and the y. So, x equals?
1,
Excellent. Y equals?
2.
2. What is the ordered pair?
1, 2.
Perfect. So I'm ready to graph the first one. 0, 0, 1, 2. 0, 0, 1, 2. Connect and extend the line. I knew it passes through the origin. And this is y equals 2x. I repeat, for 3x minus y equals -2. When x is 0,
Y is 2.
very good. What is the ordered pair?
0, 2.
When y is 0,
2, 3.
a little difficult, but I don't care. I already have the solution. I can plot this. Good. Ready? So 0, 2, and -2/3, 0. And this is y, where is it? 3x minus y equals -2. And now I'm going to say, my graph is so good. Look at this. I can read this. Absolutely not. I can't. But I already have the solution. I don't have to mess with the graph. I don't have to try different options and see which one works, because I already have it. I did it algebraically 10 minutes before I graphed. Any questions? So next Saturday, I'm going to bring the previous test